Am I live? I think I am. I think I'm live. I've done this before once and I know how awkward it is because I can see myself and I have to actually talk to myself. There's no company on screen over here. Instagram is better because Anuj, what up, what up? Hey, Soham, please tell me that's you attending through your mom's ID, right? Because I never know what to address her, how to address her. Hi, Mahima. Hi, Pragya. Great. Actually, all of you can just say hi so I know that you guys are around. Soham Gorpade, is that you? Hi, Savreet, Rishikesh, Samriddhi, Pragya, and Neil Thakkar just to relive MOV. Ari, thank you, so sweet. Yeah. Shifa and Vidyut and Akhilesh is so polite. He said, "Good evening, sir." So sweet. Good evening, yeah. Thank you. All right, so हम तू ही है. Very nice. खुद का channel बना ले यार. तू why would you go through your mom's ID? It's very confusing. But here we are. Hey, so nice of all of you to join in tonight. I was just saying when I started the live, it's very weird because मैं अपने आप को देख पा रहा हूँ, which is what you guys get to see every day. So I feel very bad for you guys. But at the same time, I'm used to seeing kids in the class, and you guys are just names, so slightly weird. Also, Soham, I don't know why you're attending this live. Is this just to support me? Because तेरा मेरे साथ हो चुका है ना यार, तू एक और बार क्यों पढ़ेगा वापस से? That shows कि मैंने ठीक से नहीं पढ़ाया. But I'm hoping the test was good. Even if it's not, just write down the test was great, sir. Thanks to you. People are reading your messages, man. It should look bad. Anyway, we're here to do Act 5. Ojas, what's up? We are here to do Act 5 today. How I locked in on this topic is because I took a poll from you guys and I asked you guys to put in your comments on my post on Instagram, and all of you, I think a majority of you wanted me to start off with Act 5, and that's why I decided on this. All right, Rishikesh, I wish thou a lovely evening. Yes, same to same to thee as well. But anyway, let's start. I hope all of you who are here, I don't know if some of you are just like Neil said, he's just here to watch and feel glad that he doesn't have to study Merchant of Venice. He's just here to enjoy, while others are here to study as well. So the whole concept of this live was to help you guys, people who don't have access to good classes, or those who are not confident with Merchant of Venice, or those who are not well versed with English. So I think I'm gonna start off. Apologies at the start. I'm not very good at this whole live thing. I don't know how much time to speak for. I don't know how long to wait before I start. I also don't know if I should be looking at these comments on the side constantly because you guys are constantly commenting. Go for the whole English. Mahima, hopefully every Tuesday is the only time I can allot. So yes, I mean, I'll do that. Act 5 was cancelled for batch of 2021. Harvey! What's up? So cool. Thank you so much. All right, I'm starting, guys. Let's keep this as short and sweet as possible because it's our first live session. I don't want it to be too heavy for you guys. Also, I want you guys to take something with you tonight when you go to sleep. I want you guys to dream about Merchant of Venice and think that हाँ ये बंदे ने कुछ ढंग का सिखा हम लोग को, समझ में तो आई बात हम लोग को, है ना? So I'm gonna start. For a few minutes, I'm gonna ignore the comment section. So in case you do something, Sneha, so nice, yeah. Thank you for the support. People think that adults को self confidence की जरूरत नहीं है. मेरा तो एकदम zero पे चलता है. So comments like this keep me going. So thank you so much. Others, I'm not gonna read your comments for a while, so I can focus on the teaching aspect of it. If you have to leave, if you're bored, if you're leaving, it's fine. I don't feel bad about these things. All right. So whoever's bored, whoever has commitments, whoever has to watch Tarak Mehta can leave whenever you want to. All right. Okay. I'm starting Act 5, Merchant of Venice. Important act. Like I said, in Sem 2, the first set MCQs coming from everywhere. So you have no choice. You have to study Act 5. Then you have a choice. You can drop Act 5 if you want to, but I wouldn't advise you to. It's one of the best acts ever. I would personally divide this act into 3 parts if I have to understand it. Forget books, forget everything, forget that you're a student. If you had to just watch this play on stage and enjoy it, 3 important elements are happening in this act. 2 lovers at the start, Lorenzo and Jessica, teasing each other. All right, talking about faithful lovers, unfaithful lovers. It's like this whole romantic no joke that's happening. And after that, Portia and two messengers enter, Stefano and Lancelot. After that, Portia and Nerissa enter. After that, Bassanio and Graciano and Antonio enter. And that's when the whole ring episode takes place. And that's where the whole act ends. Today, obviously, we are doing one part of it, starting with the first side. All of you, I'm hoping, are following the Morning Star book. I don't know which cities you guys are sitting from, but if you're from Mumbai, most of the schools in Mumbai, they end up following this blue and black book called Merchant of Venice Verity Edition by Morning Star. While some schools in other cities across India, they follow the Oxford edition. No matter what edition you're following, the text is more or less the same. Only few minor lines here and there are added or edited. Okay. In Act 5, when I start the scene, I'm in an avenue outside Portia's house in this nice, sweet little garden outside. And Lorenzo and Jessica, who are currently the lord and lady of the house, they are sitting there chilling. मजा कर रहे हैं वो लोग. Okay, वो लोग romantic बातें कर रहे हैं. हसीन रात है, trees में हल्का सा breeze चल रहा है. You know, cliche से lines we add in the essays when we write a descriptive essay. The breeze was kissing the trees and stuff. वो वाले cliche lines यहाँ पे दिखाई देते हैं. So Lorenzo starts off the line. He says, "Look at the moon, so beautiful." And look at the breeze, just the right amount of breeze. You don't actually have to wear all this. It's the right amount of breeze, the right amount of light. It's romantic. In a night like this, now you'd think वो कुछ तो romantic बोलेगा, but वो करता है बकवास. वो बोलता है, on a night like this, Troilus, methinks. Now methinks is I think. I think Troilus scaled the Trojan walls. Now scaled मतलब climb. Trojan मतलब the city of Troy. Biblical allusion है, not biblical, it's an allusion, it's a reference, okay? It's a story of Troilus and Cressida. पहले स्टोरी समझ ले, लाइंस बाद में समझाऊंगा. ट्रॉयलस नाम का एक बंदा है. He was in love with Cressida. Cressida was in love with Troilus. दोनों ने कस्में खाई थी कि we will not leave each other. I'll always be loyal to you. But during the siege of Troy, Cressida was sent across in a prisoner exchange, and she was sent across to the Greek camps. All right. And before going, she was telling Troilus कि मैं कभी नहीं छोड़ूंगी तेरा साथ. I'll always be with you. I'll always be with you. And damn it, she knocks herself across the six-pack abs of this guy named Diomed. She falls in love with this Greek guy named Diomed. 2 minute की love story थी. She says that I'll be loyal to you, but she's not, all right? And so Cressida became the symbol of unfaithful love. After that, this guy, apna Troilus, used to climb the walls of Troy. This is what Lorenzo is saying. He's saying, I think after that, Lorenzo must have climbed the walls of Troy, and he would sing all the songs of Himesh Reshamya and Arijit, and he would pour his heart out and tell people kitni dagebaz thi and all that. All right, that is the first dialogue. So overall, he's talking about how lovers can be unfaithful in love. Jessica's turn. Jessica talks about people who are faithful in love. She's like, lovers are not always unfaithful. People are also faithful. For example, Thisbe and Pyramus. Once again, a story. Thisbe, a Babylonian maiden. When you say Babylonian, from a place, a Babylon. Babylon is a location. Vase, she's a girl who was in love with a guy named Pyramus. Both of the families had opposed to their love story, usual kahani. So they used to secretly meet in the forests, okay, in the woods. So one such night, Thisbe reached the location. Pyramus was late. She sees a lion. A line that people get confused about is when you read this particular sentence, she saw the shadow of the lion air himself. And people don't really understand what the line means. She saw the shadow of the lion, the lion. She didn't see a shadow. She saw the lion. It's English. So she saw the lion air himself. The shadow was before the lion. So she saw the shadow of the lion. So she perceived that the lion was around and she ran away. That's the most, I think that's common sense. You would scoot. So she ran away, but she dropped her cloak behind. Cloak is like a shawl. And obviously the lion played around with the shawl and he left it there. He went away. Pyramus reached there. And he finds Thisbe's torn shawl and it's got blood on it. Again, a concept that kids don't understand. They're like, blood kahan se aaya? She obviously left her cloak around and she dropped it and ran, right? Where's the blood coming from? So apparently this lion has already fed on another animal before, and he's a lion with manners and etiquette. So he wiped his face with the... I'm kidding, he didn't. But I mean, basically he had blood all over him. And so that blood got onto the cloak. And Pyramus assumed that this is Thisbe's blood. So he is devastated. And instead of looking around, thoda alsi nahi banta, and he would have looked around, asked people, कि आपने कोई लड़की को देखा क्या यहाँ से गुजरते हुए, पानीपुरी वाला वहाँ पे खड़ा हुआ था, उसको पूछ लेता, भाई यहाँ से कोई गई. वो नहीं करता ये सब. वो अपने आप को मार डालता. He kills himself. What an idiot. All right. But after that, Thisbe runs, she does her jogging and workout, and she comes back and she finds Thisbe dead. She finds Pyramus dead. She finds a cloak over there and she's devastated and she says, "Ghar jaake kya muh dikhaogi? Ab mere life mein koi purpose hi nahi hai." So she kills herself. So both the lovers killed themselves in love for each other because they thought, what's their life without the other? I think there's a moral over here somewhere. The moral is, don't be so stupid. If your lover is an idiot, if he doesn't bother finding out whether you're alive or not and kills himself jumping to conclusions, that was clearly not the guy you should have been with. You should have been smarter. All right. So anyway, but for them back in the day, this was a story of faithful love. All right. Then Lorenzo brings up another story, and this one is my favorite because there's this whole non-PG moment over here, all right? And only biology students actually get my joke also over here. I'm very proud of my joke. It's very nice. Okay, I created this one. So Dido is this queen, and she's in love with a guy. And people, if they forget the name of this guy, I came up with a strategy to remember the name. Dido and, so Troilus and Cressida, Pyramus and Thisbe, Dido and everyone's actually thinking, okay, what are we doing? 1 second, huh? 46 watching and 34 likes. What is this behavior? Soham chicha, मैं distract हो गया तेरे comment से यार देख. But चल I love you बोल फटाफट से, तो फिर मैं move on करता जल्दी जल्दी. Soham, I don't know whether he's happy that I'm teaching or not happy that I'm teaching. I honestly don't know. But back to my joke, because I'm very proud of this one. You know how there are guys who claim that they are in love with a girl and then break the girl's heart? I think all of us would agree, all the girls would agree, everyone would agree that such guys are assholes, all right? Yes, I'm live on YouTube. I know you guys are not adults and I get it. Asshole is not an abusive word. It's a biological term if you go to see. So anyway, these guys who break a girl's heart and leave her and abandon her, they are assholes. And assholes in scientific language is anus. So Dido and anus. Now, I know the pronunciation is anus, all right? It's not anus. But that's the closest thing that I can go. What an asshole. He left her and he went away. So Dido killed herself in grief. Apna Lorenzo bolta hai ki had she been alive, then I think on a night like this, Dido would be walking along the beach. Agar alive hoti to us din to usne apne aap ko maar hi diya tha because this guy broke her heart. He fell in love with her. He gave her promises, made promises, but then he left in search of Rome. By the way, he's the founder of Rome, this guy, Anus. All right. So Dido killed herself in grief. But if she had been alive, she would be walking on the beach, wafting her love. Wafting is beckoning her love. Ke aaja, wapas aaja, mere dil ko sukoon de. She would be coming back with a willow in her hand. What is this concept? Why does she have this willow in her hand? A lot of kids don't know what willow is. Willow is a type of a branch, basically, like any tree you could have taken, but he mentions a willow tree, which became a symbol of abandoned love. Now, I think that was the only plantation available on that beach. So, usko khujli aa rahi hogi, usne liya hoga aise pluck karke khujna. So she was just doing that, but people saw her and they thought that a willow became a symbol of eternal love. All right. This is, by the way, Lorenzo saying that someone broke her heart. So lovers are unfaithful. First example, unfaithful lovers. Second example, faithful lovers. Third example, unfaithful lovers. Once again, Jessica comes up with a faithful lovers ka example. She talks about a person we are all aware of. We were there in Act 1, Scene 1. Jab pehli baar Merchant of Venice was introduced to you guys, I think all of you were told about these two people. Jason, everyone knows Jason. Jason is the guy who, I could have made it an interactive session here. Like, koi to bata do, Jason ne kya kiya? What did he find? Yes, golden fleece, man. Sanidhya. Sorry, shit. Ek koi rag mat karna usko. Sanidhya, I'm really sorry. I didn't read the whole name properly. The golden fleece, correct. So Jason was the guy who founded the golden fleece along with his gang, the Argonauts. You know, like they were like gang ke naam rakhte the. Bevkoof log hai. Which also, by the way, I think you should also take some tip from this. I don't know how many of you actually have school friends and gangs and you guys have named yourself something. Like, do you guys call yourself something? Like, main aur mere char jigri dost hai, we call ourselves the Bichus. We call ourselves the Eagles. We call ourselves the Argonauts. Aisa tum loga kuch naam hai kya? Derulo, nice. Anyway, so Jason and his friends, the Argonauts, and his wife, Medea, they all managed to get the golden fleece. This is that same Medea, all right? She's the wife of Jason, but she helped his father, Aeson, and renewed his youth. Now, where's the love over here? In case you're wondering, so how is this a story of faithful love? Basically, Medea risked her life and got some enchanted herbs only to help her father-in-law because he was getting old and he was going to die. He was sick. So she renewed his health. All right. And that's how media became the symbol of faithful love. So we have unfaithful, faithful, unfaithful, faithful. Lorenzo tries getting cheeky now. He's like, ये बहुत हो गया, हम लोग बाकी लोग का example क्यों ले रहे हैं? अपन लोग की बात करें. Let's talk about ourselves. On such a night, Jessica stole from her father. He doesn't take the name Jessica, or does he? He says Jessica? Yes, he takes Jessica's name. He says, on such a night, Jessica stole from a wealthy Jew and ran away with an unthrift love over here is lover. Unthrift lover, myself. So she ran away with me. All right. And Jessica continues saying, yeah. And on such a night, Lorenzo made several promises, but all of them were fake promises. So I can't trust this guy. She's teasing him. He's trying to be loving towards her. So he says, on such a night, she, like a shrew over here is a bad-tempered woman. Okay. Slandered is insulted her lover. Love is lover. And he forgave it her. Old English. Forgave it her is forgave her for it. Once you crack the code in Merchant of Venice, right, the reading becomes much simpler. And if you read it correctly, I assure you there's no way you'll get bored. The major problem I have observed among my kids is that they don't read correctly. I'll give you an example. Over here, Lorenzo ka jo dialogue hai. In such a night did Jessica steal from the wealthy Jew and with an unthrift love did run away from Venice as far as Belmont. Now, when kids are reading this line at home, what you guys tend to do is this. In such a night, in such a night, in such a night, did Jessica, in such a night, did Jessica, in such a night, did Jessica steal from wealthy Jew, steal from wealthy Jew. That's not how you do it. You're supposed to just read it. If you read it, you'll understand what's happening. If you understand what's happening, you'll be able to write it as it is. All right. So try reading the play correctly. So next time you're able to write down your answers properly, because keywords are important. And many kids don't know what keywords are. And I simplified this answer for everybody. Keywords in Merchant of Venice, everything is a keyword except for the action verbs. Like verbs, basically, thou, thy, shalt, these are not keywords. But nouns and adjectives are keywords. All right. So unthrift love. What kind of a lover? Unthrift lover. So unthrift is a keyword. All right. So those are keywords. You can't mess around with those. All right. Now hold on 1 second. So can you explain the Golden Fleece story again? Very simple story. There was, first of all, Akshara, one thing about Merchant of Venice, what most teachers in schools, all right, across India tend to do is they follow this guide called Lina D'Souza by Merchant. You'll find it in all bookstores. It's like a mini Wikipedia, but only for Merchant of Venice. So a lot of references, a lot of biblical allusions and Greek allusions, Roman allusions, they're all given in detail. But the board is not expecting that from you guys. All right. ICSE doesn't expect you guys to write lengthy answers or lengthy allusions. So the only aspect you need to know about the Golden Fleece is that this guy named Jason went in search of this golden fleece. Fleece is wool. Okay, and golden fleece had a lot of magical properties. A lot of people were trying to get that. It was guarded by a dragon. And you will see a lot of versions of this in Percy Jackson, the movie and the book. The version says something else. You'll see someone else guarding it. But in the original story, there's a dragon, and the golden fleece is tied to an oak tree. And Jason is the only person who manages to get it, along with his wife's help. And if I'm not wrong, and this is at the risk of sounding confident, I think Medea was the daughter of the king who actually owned the golden fleece. So Medea knew how to get the golden fleece, and she helped Jason. All right. So that's the one. I like that people are actually going on writing the names of their gangs, and Broski gang and the Soup Boys. Pretty good. Akshara, I hope you got the story. I don't have to repeat myself, and I hope that helped. But I'm moving on. All right. So read properly so you understand the lines properly. All right. So Jessica is like, in such a night, Lorenzo also swore that he loved me, but not a single promise was something I could rely on. And Lorenzo says, in such a night did Jessica, like a shrew, the word shrew is a bad-tempered woman, slandered, insulted her lover, matlab apun, but I forgave her for it. Jessica is like, you know what? I can go on doing this. I mean, we've been at it for almost 5 minutes. Tu ek bola, main ek bola, tu ek bola, main ek bola, tu ek bola, main ek bola. Main bhi ek bol sakti abhi. But hark is listen. I can hear the footing of a man. Footing is footsteps. They are in the garden. They are out. They can hear the footsteps of a man. And the question in the exam, who enters the scene now? There's a character named Stefano who enters. All right. ये बंदे को तुमने कभी नहीं देखा. You've not seen this person earlier. You see him for the first time and the last time. He's one of the many servants of Portia. He's a messenger who's come to announce that Portia is on her way. So he comes in and they're like, hey, who are you? Tell me quickly. Oh, by the way, there are a lot of puns over here and kids don't understand this. I'll read the line for you. The line is, who comes so fast in the silence of the night? The word fast away is not quickly. Kaun itna turant se aaya in the side. The word fast away is silently, stealthily. Who comes so stealthily in the silence of the night? And this guy's like, Stefano. Stefano, who's Stefano? I'm looking for Lorenzo. I'm Lorenzo. What's your message? He's like, I have message for Lorenzo that my mistress is at hand. She's on her way. She'll be here before morning. So this guy's like, okay, who accompanies her? Like none but her maid and a holy hermit. Again, a concept where a lot of kids get confused. So who is this guy? Ye holy hermit kaun hai? And one kid asked me when I was teaching the scene, so is Portia the holy hermit? Now, actually, it wasn't just one kid. Different kids in different classes asked me this, which means someone somewhere is teaching this to them. They are telling people that Portia is the holy hermit, which she isn't. All right. And I'll prove it to you. Look at the question, look at the dialogue. Stefano is my name. I bring word, I bring message for you that my mistress is at hand. My mistress, matlab apun ki madam bole to, Portia is at hand, matlab she's close by. She'll be here at Belmont and she doth stray about. She's stopping by. Doth is does. Stray about, matlab stopping by. She is stopping by holy crosses, matlab she's stopping at every church, every chapel, and she's praying for a happy marriage, happy wedlock hours, which is what's taking her time. She's stopping at every place and coming. Now, remember over here, they have to maintain a lie. The lie over here is that they had gone to a monastery. The truth is she had gone to Venice. But because they have to maintain this lie, so to add authenticity to the lie, they add in one more lie, as in Portia is lying. So this person says, who comes with her? Lorenzo is asking. Who's her in this line? Who comes with her? Who's her? Portia. So who accompanies Portia? This guy says none, no one else but a holy hermit and her maid. So who accompanies Portia? Her maid, Nerissa, and a holy hermit. This holy hermit is not a metaphor for Portia. This is just a lie that Portia spins in order to show... Hey, no sound, no sound. A legendary beast. Sabko sunai de raha hai bhai. Tu ek hi hai. Everyone can hear me? It's like, अरे ब्रॉक बीस हूं क्या होता है? अबे सुनाई दे रहा नहीं दे रहा कोई तो बोलो भाई. आवाज आ रही है? It's coming. सुनाई दे रहा. ठीक है. Unmute कर भाई मेरे. Okay. Thank you. Got it. You guys are too sweet. I love teaching you guys. This is fun. Not fun because I can't see you guys. It'll be fun if I can see you guys and teach. But anyway, I'm proceeding. Also, I hope, by the way, I hope you guys understand that I can't actually teach you guys line wise. That's what I do in my Zoom sessions and my offline lectures. I teach them every line. But because it's a YouTube live, it's kind of impossible for me to teach the whole thing. All right. So sorry. All right. But you know what will help? If there are lines in the two sides that I've covered, if there are lines that you have not understood, can you just type it out so I can just take up that line and explain it to you? All right. So do that. Anybody who in the two sides that I've covered, if there are lines that you haven't understood, just put it. Yes. Can you record and put? Yes, I will. Hota ye hai, Sarika. I want to record this session and put it up for your reference later. But the only problem is I don't know how to. So because I'm not very adept in these technical aspects, after the live ends, I hope I click the right things and save it. Because last time I remember I didn't hit the right button and I lost my live session. So I hope I save it. All right. But anyway, kar raha main aage. Chal. None but a holy hermit. He's like, oh, okay. And what about Bassanio? Do you have any news about Bassanio? Lorenzo puchta hai Stefano ko. 1 minute. There are two kinds of people, right? In every classroom. People who want to understand the play and people who want to know, sir, play gaya bhaad mein, mere ko marks chahiye. Aap bolo questions kya aega yahan pe? I'll tell you. Within these 5 lines, what questions can come? Who enters the scene now? Who is the newcomer? So you know the answer, Stefano. Why has this person entered? What does Lorenzo ask the newcomer? What reply does he get? What does Lorenzo then ask the newcomer? What reply does he get? What does Lorenzo suggest? 7 questions, 3 lines or 4 lines. That's amazing. So that's how you do it. All right. You come up with questions so you guys can do it easily. So the question over here that Lorenzo is asking him, what does a newcomer ask Lorenzo? So Stefano is asking, is my master here? Master bole to Bassanio. And Lorenzo says, no, he's not. And we haven't even heard about him yet. Hum logo kuch khabar nahi hai Bassanio kab aane wala hai. Utni der mein Lancelot enters the scene. And Lancelot, being Lancelot, आके चिल्लाने लगता है, Sola, 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 Sola. Now you know that Lancelot speaks in malaprops, right? I mean, in those days when messengers had to go in the city square and announce things to villagers and people in the town, they would yell out, Hola, 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 which simply means Suno, 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 hear me, hear me, hear me. Now that's what it's supposed to mean. Lancelot is an idiot. So he just yells out, Sola, 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 which has no meaning at all. And this guy's like, hey, stop shouting, man. Stop hollowing. I'm right here. Where are you? Where are you? He can see everyone and he knows Lorenzo is right there, but he is a nuisance. So he just goes on yelling. And Lorenzo's like, what news do you have, man? He says, tell Lorenzo my master's coming. He just yells out. Okay, he's like, my master's coming. I've come with my horn full of good news. That phrase, horn full of good news. I've got my bag full of good news. I've got a lot of good news in store. My master is coming here before morning. So now I know Portia's coming in the morning. Bassanio's coming in the morning. Lorenzo's like, hey, you know what? They are coming after such a long time. Let's go in and let's ceremoniously welcome them. Let's prepare welcome. Let's learn some trending reels and stuff. We'll dance for them and some nachao sabko. ऐसा वो लोग सोचते हैं. But फिर Lorenzo को याद आता है, एक मिनट. जब तक कि Portia आई नहीं है, I'm still the master, right? I'm still the master. Why am I working? I've got servants at my disposal. Yeah, Stefano, एक काम कर यार, तू ही चले जा अंदर. Go in and signify your servants to prepare a grand welcome for your mistress. Also, यार 2-3 musicians को बाहर भेज दे यार, हम लोग बोर हो रहे हैं. So he tells musicians को बाहर लेके आओ, music बजाओ, हम लोग यहाँ पे बैठेंगे जब तक कि Portia नहीं आती है. Okay, I'm technically done with 3 sides of Act 5. I'm gonna pause here for 2 seconds and take a look at all the messages, and I can see what doubts you've got. All right, hold on. People are saying we are understanding everything. I must be too good, यार. ऐसे कैसे like ऐसा कैसा teaching है ये सब समझ में आ रहा है. अबे कुछ तो line पूछो. Also Siddhi, Act 4 next week. Hopefully once I finish Act 5, 2 weeks later. Line by line explanation of Act 4 कैसे अरे संभव, it's asambhav. Did you get it? तूने Sambhav Jain is a guy who asked, sir, teach me Act 4 line wise, and I said it's asambhav. Sorry, PJ. That jokes after this age, these are the only jokes that come to my mind. Malapropism क्या होता है? Vidyut Bharadwaj asked. Yes. Now I think that's a question a lot of people will have. Malapropism is misused vocabulary better. Classic example, no, you'll see in all of Lancelot's dialogues where he says, in Act 2, Scene 3. In Act 2, Scene 3, when Lancelot is bidding goodbye to Jessica, he says, tears exhibit my tongue. The word exhibit is a malaprop. He wants to say tears inhibit my tongue, but he doesn't know the exact word. In fact, Lancelot's head is so full of vocabulary, उसको ये नहीं पता, उसको सारे words पता है, but उसको ये नहीं पता words को कहाँ use करता है. इसलिए गलत word गलत जगह पे use करता है. That is called malapropism. It's done for a comical effect, and he does it in order to make people laugh on stage. For us, those jokes don't work in today's, unless it's Chunky Pandey in some houseful movie, then it's funny. But otherwise, these jokes don't work for us. In those days, on stage, people used to crack up because it was intentionally funny. I would outnight you, did nobody come? Pihu, this is basically Jessica telling Lorenzo that since we are drawing comparisons about people who are in love and people who are not in love, as in people who are unfaithful in love, I can go on and I can also come up with one more example, but I'm interrupted. I would outnight you, I would defeat you in this argument. Did, the word did in Merchant of Venice is if no one had come, but listen, I can hear the footing is footsteps, hark is listen, of a man. That's the line. Bro, love you, I love you, bro, thank you. So can they ask us when and what malapropism he uses? Not really, because in Act 5, let's be practical. तेरे को Act 3 आने नहीं वाला, Act 3 से पहले वाली चीज है. So Act 4 and Act 5 है, and Act 4 and Act 5 में hardly कोई malapropisms है. So नहीं आएगा वो question. Hey sir, just joined. What's going on? Prabhav, I'm teaching Act 5, man. I finished 3 sides. ऐसे ही ऊपर से. Why you saved this live? And next week. Okay, so no doubts, right? No doubts. And Brock Beast is getting his own excitement. He's excited about 69 likes. I like how at this age, these are the only hormones working in you, and you're like, 69, so I'm so happy. He'll have a good night. I'm very glad. Good. Happy for you, Brock Beast. Good. And others, any doubts? No? Okay, I'll continue. I'm done with 3 sides. side 4 pe aa jao yaar. So side 4 pe, and this is the last side for today. I'm only doing 4 sides with you so it doesn't become too heavy. But this dialogue that I'm about to teach is super important. A lot of kids don't understand this dialogue. In case you don't know what I'm about to talk about, if you are using Morningstar, it's on page 138, 138. If you're not using Morningstar, it's the dialogue where Lorenzo talks about music. It's a long dialogue. It's a beautiful dialogue. No matter how much you hate Shakespeare, this one is amazing. All right, what's happening is this. Musicians come in, they start playing music. Lorenzo is getting romantic with Jessica. He says, sit, Jessica, sit here. Here, both of us will sit. Look at the moonlight sweeping across the bank. Look at how good, how romantic the moonlight looks. And then he asks her to look at the night. Oh, by the way, he says the music, no, sounds so sweet, no? It's the silence of the night and the fact that it's night itself makes the whole thing so romantic. The atmosphere is romantic because it's dark and because it's silent. So the music sounds amazing. Here we'll sit and we'll listen to good music. And look at the stars. But he doesn't say sky. Where would you normally find stars? In the sky. But he says, look at the floor of heaven. The floor of heaven is the sky. Only Shakespeare can come up with words like this. All right. So look at the floor of heaven, thick inlaid. Thick inlaid is crowded. With patines of bright gold. Patines of bright gold are stars. Such a beautiful line. We'll see everything that you can see in the sky. The sky is full of stars right now. And each of these stars that you can see, in its motion, the word that you see is in his motion. It's a personified line. His over here is its. Each of the spherical objects that you can see in the sky, when it moves, it produces music. All right. Now I know you're thinking, sir, but things don't move in space. We are moving. No, the earth is moving. आपको कुछ आता नहीं. अबे मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. Elizabethans ने बोला था. Elizabethans used to believe that every object in space, when it moves, if it moves, produces some kind of music. And all music together is a composition. That musical composition is called the grand harmony of the universe. Can we hear it? Not really. But it's in our immortal souls. Our souls can hear this music. Why can't we hear it? Beautiful line. Because we are trapped. Our souls are trapped in this muddy vesture of decay. Muddy vesture of decay is our body. Vesture. Covering. Muddy vesture, because we are made of dust and we'll be reduced to dust. So muddy vesture of decay, this outer layer of our souls, which is going to decay one day, is trapping our souls. And because our souls are trapped in this muddy vesture of decay, we can't hear this music. What music? The grand harmony of the universe. How good is this harmony? What if I don't want to listen to this music? Music bakwas hua to main kyun sunu? This music is as beautiful as the songs of the angels. Choiring is a word you'll come across. Choiring is singing. The song of these planets or stars moving, the music that they compose, the music that they come up with, that music is as beautiful as the song that the angels sing. Young-eyed cherubins. Cherubins are angels. So the song that's as beautiful as the song of the angels is what our immortal souls can hear, but we can't hear it because our bodies are trapping the soul. I think that I explained the paragraph, a gist of it. But if you guys ask me doubts properly, I'll be able to help you. I only want to do until here today because it's my first live. I want to understand how this goes. I want to understand if it's helping you guys genuinely, or is it just, are your ears bleeding because of my karkas, my crass voice? I'm really sorry for that. So can you explain these lines again? Pratyush, can you tell me what lines? What lines? Kalpana's kitchen wants me to say her name. It's a very adult thing to say, no? Like, say my name. Like, Kalpana's kitchen. Okay. Khana bhejna, please. No doubts, no doubts. Because can you please go once again from line 68, Princhit? 68. Sit, Jessica. Look how the floor. I'll explain from 65, Princhit, because it's connected. So, sit, Jessica. Look how the floor of heaven. Floor of heaven is the sky. Is thick inlaid, crowded. Thick inlaid is crowded. With patines of bright gold, with stars. There's not the smallest orb which thou beholdest. Now in English, grammar. When I say, there's not a single child will disobey me, every child will obey me. There's not a single orb which you can see. Every orb that you can see. You can see kahan likha hai? Thou beholdest. Thou is you. Beholdest matlab can see. Every orb, every spherical object that you can see in his motion, the word his is its, in its motion produces a sound. Kahan hai? Ah, in its motion, like an angel sings. Like an angel sings, matlab, comes up with some music. And that music, how good is this music? It's still choiring. Choiring matlab singing to the young-eyed cherubims. Young-eyed cherubims. Cherubims are angels who are closest to God. So people who are singing to them, angels who are singing to them, that's how sweet the song is. All right. But, and that sweet harmony, such harmony, line number 70, is in our immortal souls as well. Our souls can hear this music. That harmony is there. But we can't hear it because our muddy vesture of decay traps it. So, while this muddy vesture of decay doth grossly close it in. The word it over here is the soul. We can't hear it. The second it over here is the music. Right? Did I miss something? PUI explained that. There's not a smallest orb that thou beholdest, malab every orb that you can see. Is it called the grand harmony of what? Of universe, beta. Ryan Syed, beta, there's a book. I'm hoping you're using a textbook which has footnotes on the side. You can see it over there. The grand harmony of the universe. And others. I hope you'll do the rest of the part soon. Every Tuesday, beta. I'm coming if this works out, if I don't read in the papers that a lot of kids who are watching a YouTube video died the next day, then I'll teach next Tuesday also. And if this becomes a nice thing and if I get the time, then I'll teach it more than once in a week. I think 8:30 is a time that suits everybody. I think you guys can keep eating your dinner and keep watching this. So if I get the time, maybe on Mondays also, then I'll try doing it on Mondays. But actually, all other days are packed, so only Tuesday. So I'll try. Wednesdays maybe. Next Tuesday literature prelims है. Advait doubts based है बेटा. जो चाहिए मैं समझा देता हूँ तेरे को. Tension नहीं लेने का. If possible, try 2 days a week. Yeah, Mahima, I will. I genuinely will try because time is running out. You guys have your exams coming up. A lot of people ask me this also. So when do you think we'll have our board exams? I think March and April, second week, I'm thinking. Tab hoega. Dot grossly. Pragya, I'm going to use your comment as an example for everybody else because that's a classic mistake people make. What you're asking me is an incomplete phrase. See, when you ask me dot grossly, uska kya matlab hota hai? Won't make sense to you. You need to come up with the whole sentence. By the way, dot matlab does, grossly matlab completely. But wo teko kya samjha? Teko pura line chahiye. So dot grossly close it in. If you see the line is by itself, but that's a line, it's not a sentence. So what you need to read is this. Whilst this muddy vesture of decay doth grossly close it in, but while this body traps the soul, grossly matlab completely traps what? Our soul, we cannot hear it. So when will you explain Act 2, Scene 4? इस शौनक काकड़े बेटा ये सब 10th में है. मैं Act 2, Scene 4 क्यों समझाऊं तेरे को? 9th है, 9th आराम से चलेगा. So, but when will we get our board first sem results? Malum nahi. I want them to come soon. Anyway, I think this much is good for today. When will you explain Act 4? Dinesh is singing. Dinesh, what I'm doing is if you follow me on Instagram, I always keep taking a vote. I keep asking, what do you guys need? If you feel Act 5 is not what you guys need, if it's Act 4, look, you need to understand I'm dealing with a vast audience over here. So I don't know what each one needs. So majority जो बोलेगा वो मैं करवाएगा. Act 4 again by itself is a vast act. हाँ उसमें क्या सिखाओ तेरे को अब इतना बहुत कुछ है. एहित यार. So in 9th we have Act 2, Scene 1, Act 2, Act 3, mega portion. Yes. Better to open a poll. Over here, Kaushik poll is suggesting to open a poll. Damn it, I'm on a roll. I think it's the hunger. At this time, I get hungry. Sorry, Kaushik, it was a horrible joke. I'm really sorry. Samriddhi, both scenes are needed. I will teach. I'll try and teach everything I can. Give me time. Maybe next week onwards, maybe I'll do Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Done. We'll do Tuesdays and Wednesdays. If you guys genuinely think it's helpful, leave your feedback so I know how it is. If I don't get a feedback, I won't teach. All right. So yeah, that's the only thing. All right. Also, weird thing happened today. Just a completely random thing. I read a post on Facebook, on one of the communities. A parent was looking for tuitions for third grade ICSE. Third standard के बच्चे tuitions क्यों जा रहे हैं भाई? By if you know people in your society who are being victimized into, forced into going for tuitions at such a tender age, भाई उनको सिखाओ, ज्ञान दो. You don't need classes until grade 9. 8th standard तक मजे लूटो यार, enjoy करो life, cycling करो, books पढ़ो. Why would you want to go for tuitions? Chill. All right. And Dibya Ranjan Patra is saying, don't ignore my question. Okay, 1 second. But Dibya, what's your question? Sakshi Shetty! Dibya, question to bata de. I said, don't leave me hanging. Yera, why does Portia quabble with the word double? Where? In what line? Where's the line double? Dibya, where's the line double? What line are you talking about? Thanks, Pragya. Thanks, Urvi. It's amazing. So continue with your life. Urvi, beta, secretly I have a second life like Cinderella has. You know, agar isse zyada extend kiya, main pumpkin ban jayega, beta. I have to leave. I have to head home. This is not my house. So I think aaj raat ke liye itna hi. Mehak Desai, all of these are my ex-students are all coming and saying hi, showing support. Thank you so much, guys. Post-row candidate, I want to take a screenshot. 1 second. I learned these poses on Instagram. All right. Dibya, why don't you just tell me where the line is, but I'll quickly explain. Then I'm going offline. I'm only waiting here for one question of yours, so you don't feel like your question was ignored. Bye. Everybody who's bored can leave. I'm done. I'm not teaching anything. I'm done for today. 4 sites. That's it. All right. Thanks for the support, guys. You guys are too sweet an audience here. You guys are too sweet. Genuinely. I'm just answering doubts now. Only people who have doubts. Sir, can other students from other states join your coaching? Of course. Just hit me up on Instagram. Dude, a lot of people are already sitting for them. Random people keep joining my Zoom sessions. It's okay. You guys can join in. Don't worry about it. Sir, मेरा सेम 1 का रिजल्ट आने के बाद मार खाऊंगा मैं. तेरे को मैं उसका टिप सिखाएगा. 2-3 पैडिंग वगैरह करने आती हो. क्यों लगता है मैं खाना क्यों खाता हूं इतना, ताकि मम्मी मारे तो पता ना चले किधर लगी. Bye, sir. Don't forget 2 days a week. Yes, Mahima. Point noted. Thank you. Good night, guys. Stay safe. Love you guys. Broski gang. Bro and ski. Got it. Could you hold a Zoom meeting where students could interact and you could see them? I can. Heath, I'll think of this. All suggestions are welcome. All comments are welcome. Meko bolo taki I know what's in your head, so you don't feel like you're expecting and I'm not delivering. Act 5, Scene 1, line 251. My last doubt for today. So Dibya sleeps in peace. 251. Oh, Dibya, this is my favorite line. All right, it's one of the cheesiest lines of Merchant of Venice. What has happened is this. Bassanio is trying to prove to Portia that the ring, him giving away the ring, was not his fault and that he truly loves her. So in a final and desperate attempt, he tells Portia, yeah, stop talking. Come here. I am telling you in front of all of these friends of mine, all of these friends will testify. They're all witness. And your own eyes in which I can see myself. He tries to be romantic. He tries to be like Shahrukh. He's like, in your Nashili eyes where I can see myself. But Portia doesn't let him complete the line. Portia like, 1 second, guys. Did you hear Bassanio right now? He said he can see himself in my eyes. I've got 2 eyes. So he can see himself in both my eyes, which means double. So he can doubly see himself. So double dholki. That's double standards. All right. How can I take the word of a man who's got double standards? As unbelievable as it sounds to you, this was cringe to a level I can't explain. But it's the actual meaning of the line. All right. So that is the meaning. She says he doubly sees himself. A double standard is not something I want to go with. So I can't trust you. That's the line. All right. Yeah, Max cringe, Advait. I know. Right. Tanish Patki. All right, guys. Take care. Where will we get the link? Rashmi, you're talking about the Zoom ID. Zoom would be great. Yes. Give me time this week to ideate what's best for everybody. I'll put up a Zoom link for outsiders. All right. Gazab Bezati. Yes. I'll do that. You know what? I'm thinking this is what I should do. On Insta, in my next post, I'll put up a Zoom ID and a link. 100 participants can join in. Whoever wants to join, just join that night. Let's take this up on Zoom. It's easier, it's convenient, it's must. I think YouTube live से better वही है. वैसे भी YouTube ज़्यादा पैसा दे नहीं रहा है यार. वो it's not like I'm earning much out of this. But if you guys meet me on Zoom, then you guys can send me Diet Cokes and Pringles and stuff as rishwat. All right. That's the only thing I live by. That's how I get ration for my house. I ask my kids to keep bribing me with Diet Coke, Pringles, Cadbury. These are things I live by. All right. Thank you so much, guys. It's time for me to go. Food time, and I have to go home. I love you guys. Take care. Too much bakwas in the last 15 minutes. If anyone's going to watch the recording, you should have stopped listening to me 20 minutes ago. That's when I stopped teaching. So, alvida, goodbye, take care. Love you guys. Stay safe. This is me being awkward because I don't know how to end the stream. 1 second. End stream. Got it. Got it. Live. Save the live. Kaushik Paul. I will. Streaming ending in 3, 2, 1.